Hey, what's up, world, and welcome to the 19th edition of the Take One podcast. I am your host, Chris, and I know I've been absent for like a couple weeks now. It's just things have not been coming out to what I wanted it to be, and it's been just kind of hectic. Just been working a lot lately, and I haven't found time to do it, and I just ain't really been feeling like it, but I decided to go ahead and do it because I don't want it any more time to go any further, but one thing I wanted to do is that I've been thinking about lately was that I wanted to do it kind of differently. Like, I'm not going to try to talk for too long because I want to get into it because I'm not trying to make this episode a little bit too long. But I wanted to kind of do it in segments. Like, usually, like, if this is the first time listening, or if, like, you listen to my past episodes, you would notice that I'll have topics and I'll just talk about them. The only segment that I have is quick takes, which is not really too much or whatever. It's just stuff that I talk about real quick. But I wanted to do it kind of in, segments now and see how that works. If it works for me, if I like it, I'm going to keep it. If not, then I'll just maybe change up the format or just go back to where I was before. But the segments are basically as follows. If I'm talking anything that's movie related is going to be under a segment called Movie Notes. And then anything that's show related, I haven't got like a good name for it, so I just call it Show Notes. Anything else, trailer reviews is going to be under trailer reviews. I'm still going to have quick takes, and anything else is going to be, have its own little segment. Quick takes is anything, whether it was shows, movies, or whatever. And if I'm talking about wrestling, it's going to be the wrestling corner. So that's how I'm going to basically be doing it from now on, or until I feel like I want to do something different. But in that case, let me get started with the first segment of Movie Notes. And so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Batman's Justice League tactical suit. Zack Snyder dropped the photo or whatever, and I kind of like it. It has been brought to my attention on like social media how it looks similar to I don't know his name. I'm not too familiar with like the character from The Watchmen, but the Owl guy, Owlman, or whatever it is, Night Owl. But it's kind of similar to that too. And like before, it was like, okay, it was, it's decent. But then when I saw a side by side next to that picture, it just kind of threw it off more for me. Now it's not like saying I don't like it, but it does bring into focus of how original Zack Snyder is when creating this. Like, I don't know, more than likely because he is a driving force behind Justice League, and a lot of the decision making and all that stuff. Even though all the stuff that he went with WB and how like certain things turned out and the fans and critics and blah blah blah, it's like, given the fact he is making them money, that he does have a lot of say so in these movies of how certain stuff look, how certain stuff is done, and so more than likely this is his idea of what he wanted to be for Batman's tactical suit. And just to kind of show the originality, and I use those with air quotes because it is very similar to the Owl or Night Owl from Watchmen. And it's like, maybe, I don't know, like this is just a picture. So it could be, we could start to kind of get used to it. It could look a little bit better, or whatever, when the movie comes out and we see him in action and how how he is fighting with the suit or whatever the heck. So we probably might have a different view on it. I might have a different view on it, but for now, it's like, it's decent. It's not like the greatest thing ever. It could be better. They could have gone with a totally different design, but we just wait until like maybe the first, well, not the trailer that just came out, but a trailer that actually shows him in the suit and actually fighting, or when we actually see the movie next year, of like we can give our full opinion on whether it's a great thing or not. But overall, it's okay. Now, so the photos of the new Saban's Power Rangers, which comes out February of next year, 2017, has been released with these individual photos of each member of the Power Rangers sitting on their Zords. Now, it's not a full picture of the Zords, but it's just like a little part of the Zords, and they're all doing like little poses or whatever, laying down on it, doing whatever. And it's like they're okay. They're okay. They're not like they don't scream. I don't know. Like me being a big fan of Power Rangers, I've stated before on like previous podcasts that Power Rangers was a big part of my childhood. That was one of those shows where it was like it was amazing when I was younger. You mean looking at it now is whatever, but looking at these new photos and seeing just I'm not really too impressed by the suits offhand or whatever. And so looking at it from, oh, that was my device. Don't even worry about it. But looking at these photos, and I'm not really too excited about the Zords. Like, I don't know how they look because it's not really showing anything. It's just showing like a little piece of it, just like a little part of it. But I do like how they show the scale of how big the Zords are. It shows it in just basically, I hope that's how they do it in the movie. I hope that's not just, just how it is on the poster and then it differs in the movie. But hopefully that's basically the scale that they're going for in the actual film. But the photos are okay. I wasn't too impressed by them because you don't actually get to see what the Zords look like. But it's just kind of like seeing like an ant on a part of my forearm. It's just like, okay, yeah. So, it's just, that's basically what it is. It's just, that's what it is. Not too much to say about it. I mean, it's okay. Moving on to the next thing. It is the Jumanji 2 set photo of all the main characters basically just posing for the picture. And yeah, it should look pretty cool. Like, I want to see where they're going with this. I want to see what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, because the first film is, just like Power Rangers, was not like a big part of my childhood, but it is a part of my childhood. That's a movie that I did like when it came out. Like, I didn't see it in the movies, which I wish I would have. Because seeing something like that, when you're young, cool. I mean, it has some scary parts, but it's overall like a fun film. But I want to see where they go with this because they didn't want to make a remake. They didn't want to like step on the toes of the first film and try and redo the Robin Williams and all that stuff. They wanted to continue the story, so that's actually pretty cool. And then when you got The Rock and Kevin Hart up in there, it's like okay, yeah. And I like the photo. I mean, it's not nothing too big, but it shows that they're going inside of the game. That it's not going to be like they're in the real world like the first film was, and then that they, all the stuff is coming out the game. It's showing that they're all inside of the game. So I want to see where they're going to go with it. I want to see how the story is going to be portrayed. I want to see what all is going to be done. I want to know if they're going to bring back some old characters from the first film that they didn't announce or whatever. But I actually like it. It's pretty cool. What else? It is what it is. Like, I know that they're going to have to do some type of nostalgic, for it. It has some type of nostalgia for it. For, like, the people that grew up on this movie or whatever. So, I hope that they end up doing that. I hope they do something, like, extremely new. I hope that it has some type of connection to the first film. Besides just the name, I hope that they find something that Robin Williams' character did or something like that, which more than likely they're probably going to end up doing just to get that nostalgia because you're going to have to do that. But yeah, overall, I like the film. I mean, I like the picture or whatever. The film ain't came out yet. It ain't even done, whatever. But hopefully, this movie is good. I like the picture. Everything that goes along with it. I like The Rock. Hopefully he does it justice. And so that is going to end the segment of movie notes. On to the next segment, which is trailer reviews. Now, between last week and this week or whatever, there has been a lot of trailers that have been dropped. And the first one I wanted to give a review on is the Underworld 5 trailer. And it's actually pretty cool. Like, I'm somewhat of a fan of the Underworld. Now, I feel like they have gone a little bit too long or whatever, but I did enjoy, I'll say, at least 2 out of 4 of the previous films. I enjoyed number 2. I didn't like 1. I felt like they could have gone a little bit. They could have done that a little bit better. But number 2, I was like, impressed by 3. I think that was the one. Yeah, that was the Rise of the Lycans. I like that one. Number 4, that one was okay. I didn't really enjoy it that much. So, it's kind of like, I wasn't really looking forward to an Underworld movie, whether they got made or, if they wasn't going to make any more, it really didn't make any difference to me. But the trailer itself was actually pretty cool. This actually got me really interested and curious and wanting to see how they're going to do this movie. Now, hopefully it is a good movie because, like I said, even though I did like 2 out of 4 of the previous films, they still haven't gone to that peak to where it's like, this is such an awesome film. The second one was like that film to me. It wasn't like, me just jumping up and down and, like, oh my God, praising to to everybody, like, this is the greatest film ever. But it was the best to me out of all 4 of the films. So hopefully this 5th one is kind of like that, that movie out of this whole franchise that made me want to be like, yo, that was a badass movie. And the trailer is actually pretty good. I enjoyed the trailer so much. Like I said, it got me very interested and curious to see it. They actually did a really good job on it, at least through my eyes, on the trailer, and just doing what they needed to do, which is get people interested in going to go see it, and they got me interested. So we'll just see what they're doing with the next few trailers that they're going to put out in the TV spots, and just all the promotion for it, if it's going to continue that interest throughout all the way into like the release of the movie. And so the next trailer is the Annabelle 2 trailer, and the Annabelle 2 trailer is not too much to say about it. It was just more of a teaser trailer. It really didn't have too much to it. I wasn't impressed with the first film, so hearing that they were going to make a part 2, it was like, you sure you want to do that? But, financially it did well. So, I don't know. I think depending on how the rest of the trailers and everything else looks for it, I may go see it in the theaters. Either that, if I'm not impressed with everything that they do from here on, I'm just going to send it out and wait until maybe, it comes out on DVD, rent it or something. Or just, see what the people are saying. If it gets good reviews, I may go check it out. But as of right now, because I have been soured by the first film, that this trailer really didn't do much to kind of like get me interested in seeing the second one. Though they still have enough time before the movie is released to, entice people or entice myself to go see it. But I wasn't really too impressed. It was just a teaser. That was really about it. You got the girl bones cracking, and it's just, yeah, it is what it is. And so the next trailer is the 50 Shades of Grey 2 trailer, which is 50 Shades Darker. Now, I know a lot of people have put this movie down. I know it. And I'm not about to say, oh my God, I thought it was amazing. I love the movie. I haven't even finished watching the movie. I watched it, I don't even know when. I think it was like earlier this year, I believe. And I watched it when I was going to sleep, and I ended up falling asleep going towards the end of it. So I never like was really wanting to finish it. It wasn't a movie that was like, okay, I fell asleep, let me go ahead and finish it or whatever. It was just a movie like, okay, I fell asleep on it, and then, whatever. I mean, I wasn't too impressed by it. I mean, it was okay movie, but maybe, one of these days I might sit down and watch the whole movie in its entirety or whatever. But I really didn't give too much of a care for it to go see it in the theater. But given that this trailer to 50 Shades Darker, I actually liked it. It was actually pretty decent. Like, from what I heard, I mean, because like I said, I haven't finished the first one, was that she ended up kind of like leaving Christian Grey. I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever. She ended up leaving him or whatever, and, I guess deciding basically to just not play his game or, into what he's into. Maybe she came back. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't finish watching the movie. But I was kind of thinking, like, okay, if she left him on that, like, how are they going to have a sequel, whatever, but obviously she didn't, or whatever, but I mean, it looks actually pretty decent. It looked like it has more of a story going along with it, and I don't know. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Yeah, I always, like I said, it's just, this is gonna be with any trailer for any movie. If the first trailer is good, I want to see if the second and third and TV spots and everything else is going to get me to want to go see this movie. I'm not gonna base it off the first trailer unless the trailer is like fucking phenomenal. But other than that, it's like they have to like intrigue me all the way through until the opening to get me to want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go see this movie. If the trailer is good, if it's not, whatever. But overall, I liked it. It has. It seemed like it just really goes deeper into Christian Grey's character, and hopefully they do a little bit. Hopefully they do better with this movie than they did with the last film, because I wasn't impressed, and I know a lot of people wasn't impressed at all. Like, a lot of people hated it. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, moving on to the last trailer of trailer reviews. 'Tis the movie Arrival. Now, it's not The Arrival, because that's an older film. I mean, it's kind of like basically about the same thing. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've seen it. But it's the movie called Arrival. It got Jeremy Renner up in it, Forrest Whitaker, and it has Amy Adams in it. And yeah. But anyway, more than likely you've already seen the trailer or whatever. But the trailer, I've seen a trailer before. I believe it was like 2 weeks ago or whatever, and it was just them going up in the ship, and then it kind of like cut off. But I guess they put out another full-length trailer where it adds on to what was previously shown, and it actually looks pretty decent. This movie is one of those movies like I just was talking about with the 50 Shades Darker trailer before this. This is one of those trailers that got me from the first trailer. I guess you could say it is the first trailer or whatever, the first full-length trailer. But it got me. This movie I'm really, really, really wanting to go see, because I am a big believer that we are not alone in this universe of ours. That there are alien creatures out there. So I'm intrigued by, something like this, especially if the movie looks good. And the movie looks good. It looks like it's going to be a great movie. And I don't know, like, I was really blown out by it, because it looks like it has more to it than just what was previously shown, and the one that, just kind of like stops and didn't, show anything further. But I am a fan of Amy Adams and what she does. I am a fan of Jeremy Renner. Like, I think he is a cool actor. And he's actually a pretty decent actor or whatever. I like him in the Avengers and even like the Mission Impossible movies. And I don't know what anybody else say. I did like the whole Bourne Legacy movie, even though a lot of people were like, oh, that's the least, that's like the worst out of the whole thing. But it's whatever. I still liked it. I know it wasn't the best film, but whatever. But just to see this movie, I want to know like where they're gonna go with it. I hope that it doesn't end like any I don't know, like, I don't know what to expect from it. I want something big, but at the same time, I don't want it to go too big, ridiculous. If that makes any sense, go too big for its own good. And I hope that they do something good with this. I mean, it is what it is. And so the next one is the Ghost in the Shell trailer. I don't know. It's not too much to say about this one. These are basically like a teaser. It's not really like trailers, just teaser trailers. They're not full length or anything. But I never seen the Ghost in the Shell. I never seen the anime or anything. So I don't know too much. I don't know anything about this movie or the story or the character or anything. But I mean, I know the only thing I really know is just the whole whitewashing thing that people were just talking about how Scarlett Johansson is playing a Japanese character and all this stuff, which we didn't have whitewashing and other color washing, I guess you could say, throughout cinema history for like a long time now. So that ain't even really whatever. But when it comes down to it, the little spots really didn't show too much. I mean, it didn't get me really intrigued. Some of it did, only because I want to know what Ghost in the Shell actually is. But as far as a movie, it really didn't show too much. It was just like a scene where something was about to happen, but then it just cuts off, and it was just the 5-10 second shots. I don't know. It just clips, but there is a fan video that collabs all of them together and make a full length trailer, which is actually pretty cool. And it actually makes sense when all of it is put together. But overall, I wasn't too impressed by it. It got me a little bit intrigued only because of just what it actually is and whatever. But I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is. I know I say that a lot, but it is what it is, Moving on to the next trailer, which is the Bad Santa 2 trailer. And this is the second trailer for it. The first movie, I'm not all geek and crazy like how everyone was about the first movie. I'm not saying it was bad or anything. I had to go and rewatch it, but it was actually a pretty decent movie. This trailer actually was pretty good. It actually was pretty good. It makes me want to go see the first. I mean, not the first. It does make me want to go watch the first one again, but it actually makes me want to go see this movie. It was actually pretty cool. Like, I laughed a few times during it, and like I said before in previous podcasts, that I'm not a big comedy guy, but if there is a comedy that comes out and actually like it's going to be funny or has a good premise, concept, or whatever, or just them actors that make it seem like it's going to be a good film, I'll check it out. And this movie actually seemed like it's going to be pretty cool. Now, am I going to rush to the theater to go see it? I don't know. Maybe if I have somebody that wants to go see it, they'll go see it, whatever. Or if I just decide, what the hey, I'm gonna just go check it out, I may go see it. But overall, I did like the trailer. I saw the Red Band one. When you have a Red Band trailer with a movie that's like this, what's the point of seeing a Green Band? Like, what's the point? So the Red Band trailer to it actually was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I am highly interested in the movie. It looks like it's gonna be good. They're adding his mom to the fray, which we see where it's just not him. This is genetics. This is where he comes from. So it's basically in his blood to be the way he is. So I thought that was pretty cool that they was gonna do that. So I don't know. It's worth checking out, and this trailer was actually pretty cool. I liked it. And so moving on to the next one, which is Passengers, the movie with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. I was about to say Bradley Cooper, but I knew that was the wrong guy, so yeah, whatever. And it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was just going to be a regular drama type film or not even just drama, just one of those movies where you got two people just interacting with each other, and that's it. But after seeing this trailer, it's showing that there is more to that, where these two people wake up after I don't know, I forget how long the trip is, but it's a long ass trip, and they wake up 90 years earlier than what they were supposed to be waking up for. Like, their pods malfunction. Now, there are only two people that's actually awoke on this ship. And so, they're just basically just, doing whatever. And then it shows that there's certain things that's happening with the ship where they have to fix it. And so it's drama into the story. And, they got these characters having to do something more other than just talk. And that actually got me wanting to see this movie. When I first heard about it, I was like, you got the two big names is whatever. But after seeing the trailer, it got me on board to want to check it out. Like I said, I love science fiction, especially a visionary look on just what people think the future look like, and just the visuals in movies like these. This and Arrival is two films that I'm actually looking forward to going to go see. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good trailer. I really enjoyed it. And the last trailer, a part of trailer reviews, is the last, or I ain't gonna say last, of course it's not gonna be the last, but the most recent trailer, the newest trailer to The Walking Dead Season 7. And is actually pretty badass. It shows more of, I mean, put it like this: if you're not watching The Walking Dead, then what the hell are you watching? Because this show, it may have its ups and downs, and it has a lot of downs, but overall, the series is actually pretty good, especially just the way it ended last season. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like it or whatever. I mean, I liked the episode. I actually really enjoyed the episode. I saw what a lot of people didn't like about it, but I enjoyed those aspects of it. And just to show that they got these new characters up in there, and that knowing that King Ezekiel has a past, or I don't know if he has a past, but he doesn't. Well, he has to have a past if he doesn't like Negan. So I want to see how that plays out during this season, and of course, I want to see who dies. I want to know who dies in that infamous ending scene of the last episode of season 6 of The Walking Dead, and it actually looks pretty cool. Like it's gonna be a good season. Hopefully, it is a pretty good season. Hopefully, but I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Bring it on, man. Just go ahead and they should have just had it come out this month, but we ain't got that much longer to wait before it comes out. So, hey, I mean, I'm all for it. So, Walking Dead Season 7, come on with it. And so that ends trailer reviews for Take One Podcast. Moving on to the last segment of this episode, which is Quick Takes. And for those who are just listening to it for the first time, Quick Takes is basically what it is. It's just a quick thought of just different topics. And I have a lot of topics to go after, and I'm not trying to make this episode too long. So I'm just about to hit them as quick as I can and give you my quick thoughts. These aren't too big these ain't too big news items or whatever. So, just give my quick thoughts on it. And the first one is Mr. Sinister is confirmed for Wolverine 3, which is, I bet you can, temporary title Wolverine 3, but in any case, Mr. Sinister is confirmed as the main villain. And as I talked about in a previous podcast about who the possible villains could be or whatever, and now it's been confirmed that Mr. Sinister is. And I kind of had a feeling that it would be Mr. Sinister, but it was kind of just a thought, whatever. I mean, his name had been brought up before, but then it kind of faded out, but now it's back. But yeah, so this movie is dropping March 3rd, 2017, and still a little bit is known about the plot. I wanted to get that out the way. But yeah, Mr. Sinister, I don't know too much about him. I'm not too familiar with him. I know his look or whatever, and I just heard that he is one of the most powerful foes that the X-Men has came across besides Apocalypse and stuff. So, I mean, I'm really intrigued by that. I want to see where they're going to go with that, and if, they're going to do him justice, which I wouldn't know because, like I said, I'm not too familiar with it, but I'm okay with it. As long as it is a good movie and he is a good villain for it, I'm all for it. The next one is something that has been, that has been brought up lately, but it's really kind of fading out, is the Suicide Squad success. Now, I'm one of those people that didn't like the film. I thought it could have been better. I didn't think it was the worst thing, but I just thought it wasn't a good film. But in any case, I don't wish bad on it. And just to let you know, I'm glad that it's making the money that it's making. This movie is, has been paying back critics and all that stuff, but it's making its money back. I mean, it surpassed Iron Man 2, and it surpassed The Winter Soldier, that's surprising because Winter Soldier was a badass film. But in any case, domestically, well, it's at blah 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 270. No, I ain't gonna say. Wow. Okay, let me start that over. It's at 718 at the point that I've wrote this down. It could be a little bit more higher than that. Probably more than likely is a little bit more higher than that. But around the realm of 718, and domestically 313 million. And Winter Soldier, as I brought up, was at worldwide 714 million, which that is really crazy, and it has been put as one of the top 100 highest grossing films of all time. And which I say, It's great for you, DC. Hopefully, you can come out within the next 2 or 3 movies, which y'all need to make it within the next film. A movie that is actually critically good and financially good, because you really can't have one without the other. I mean, you can, but it just you need a smash. You need one that just fans and critics love it alike and it does good. That's what you need. You don't need one that's like, just bash, but it does financially good, because that's not really saying anything. All they're saying is that you know how to make money. I mean, whatever, but it's not saying that you know how to make a good film, So, yeah. But in any case, I'm glad that they have made their money that they made, which is going to show that they're going to hopefully learn from their mistakes and not just take it as, oh, we can put out just some bullshit and just keep it moving. Hopefully they learn from this and actually make a good film and make money off of that good film. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, moving on to the next one. It's the Flash Season 3 poster. Now, this, I ain't got too much to say. I've already said what I need to say about the Flash. I enjoyed the series or whatever. I can't wait for it. The poster for it wasn't, it was okay. It's not too much to say about it. I like it. It doesn't do too much for me, but that's not really what excites me. What excites me is the trailers for it, and just the actual show itself. So it is what it is. So moving on. So Pacific 2 will start kind of production. I guess you could say shooting or principal photography in Australia and China starting in November. And everything will be steamrolling from there. It is set to drop in February, the 23rd of 2018. It will be directed by Stephen S. DeKnight, and it will be produced by its former director, Guillermo del Toro. And the synopsis haven't been put out yet, but yeah, the quicker they get started on this, the quicker I will be happy to see this movie, because I enjoyed the first one. So I'm excited about that. And the next one is the Equalizer II will start filming in 2017, which it has been pushed back. It was originally supposed to come out in fall of, did I say 2016? It's going to be shooting 2017 in the fall, and it was originally supposed to come out in 2017 fall, so it's been pushed back. Anton Fuqua is coming back for it. And the original release date was September 29th, 2017. But, it's, of course, they're going to have to push it back. The script is finished for it, so they're just trying to, get some stuff out the way. Because I guess Denzel Washington has some prior stuff to do, or he has another film that he's a part of. And so that's one of the reasons why they had to push it back. So I enjoyed the first film. Can't wait to see this film. And moving on to the next one. And the It remake has wrapped up production. Actually, the first part, because it's going to be split into 2 parts, just like the TV movie series, or the TV movie was. And so, it started late June, but now it's all done. And I can't wait to go see it, because we got our first look at Pennywise the Clown, that's played by Bill Skarsgård. And it looks pretty badass, so I'm looking forward to it. And the release date is September 8th, 2017, so we have less than a year before that movie comes out. And there's no release date as of right now for It 2, so we just have to sit here and wait. So yeah, I'm happy that they have done it, and hopefully we get a trailer. I say sometime, I know it's not going to be this year, but at the beginning of next year, hopefully they drop a trailer for it, because I really want to see it. And so moving on to the last thing of quick takes, which is the John Wick 2 poster that has been released. Now, it's just a simple poster. It shows him in the suit, the all black suit and his signature look and everything else, and he's basically looked like he's getting fitted for that suit. So I mean, it's not really too much to it, but I liked it. It's whatever. It doesn't say too much, but I mean, it's John Wick. The movie was badass. I saw it after hearing about it for I think maybe some months, maybe about almost 6 months later. I ended up watching the movie, and it was actually pretty good. That was a movie I wish I would have saw in the theaters, but The poster, I liked it. It wasn't like anything spectacular, but it is what it is, as always. And it got me intrigued by it. So it is what it is. Yeah, okay. But anyway, and so that ends. Well, that wraps up. Quick takes. You see what I did there because certain movies are wrapping. Anyway, that wraps up quick takes, and that also wraps up this Take One podcast, episode 19. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching and not watching, but listening and joining me in this episode. I'm just slipping, tripping, falling over my words and all that stuff, but I'm glad that you bear with me and just listen to it all the way into the end. Go ahead and leave a comment if you disagree, agree, or whatever. Start a conversation, whatever, in the comment section below. Also, like this, share it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Take One Entertainment Reviews. I will be trying to put up some new stuff. It's just a lot of stuff that's been going on. I haven't been able to get to too much stuff, and I'm gonna keep on trying to pump out these Take One reviews, or and Take One movie reviews, and all these Take One podcasts. So just keep an eye out. Subscribe, that way you can get alerts for when. Matter of fact, cut on your alerts when you subscribe. That way you can get alerts for when something new comes out. And check out everything else. All my other movie reviews, mini reviews, and all that good stuff. Also, check me out on social media. Everything is in the comment section below. Facebook.com/Take One Reviews. Twitter.com/ResultsAsI1. Twitter.com/Take One_reviews. Instagram at Take One Reviews. Snapchat August C. Jones. I think that's about it for the social media. Yeah. And I think that's it. Go ahead, like I said, subscribe. And again, thank you guys for listening. And I will, hopefully, you'll be joining me on episode 20. So, peace out, and that's a wrap.